Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy. We're gonna get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So the first stock we're looking at here is Humble on the 30-minute time frame. Overall, HMBL was down 7.12%. However, the OTC market was also down today, so a lot of the stocks did get hammered. In terms of price action, we broke down from our 50 SMA, but we did find some support here on the top of our wedge. Overall, these are great opportunities to be buying Humble before this next run up. And so this is going to move in a segmental style where we'll have a run up, we'll consolidate for a couple months, then we'll have a larger run up, we'll consolidate for a longer period of time, and we'll continuously just follow that same cycle. The reason I believe that is because this is a company that is only going to grow and get better as time passes, and that will equate to higher share price. And so as long as people are making money off these ETXs, off Humble, they're going to continue to make money. As long as they continue to make these strategic acquisitions, they're only going to get bigger on a market cap level, and all of these things will increase the share price. And so if we're just looking at a technical basis, this is a beautiful time to be getting into Humble. We should be breaking out any time here in HMBL. And so right now on a technical level, still everything looks pretty good, even though we did break below our 50 SMA. Second stock of the day, we're looking at WDLF on the 30-minute time frame. And I was waiting for this day for so long. I wanted Social Life Network to get a back test of our 50 SMA. Why? Because we haven't had a back test since the beginning of December, late November. We have just kind of been exploding and trading above this 50 SMA. And so right now we did get our back test. So you can see we came all the way as low as support here on our wedge, but we did close right above our 50 SMA. And so that was extremely bullish, and we did get that back test I was looking for. And so at this point in time, I would expect WDLF to kind of hover around this 50 SMA for the next couple of trading sessions. And as this 50 slowly creeps up, we should start to see some news that will launch this up here in the short term. Overall, this is what we were waiting for in WDLF. This was a great opportunity to snag WDLF on the dip. Overall, I believe these are very cheap levels to be buying Social Life Network right now. I have a price target in the short term of about 7 cents here for Social Life Network, and I think that should happen sooner rather than later. We're just seeing way too much good stuff come out of this company as well. Technical level, it could not look any better. If we start to see a pickup in volume, this thing will start to run, and so don't be surprised if we do. I do expect us to kind of slowly and steadily climb up back to this 3 cents level, get a nice little breakdown, and then we roar right back up to around 7 cents. And that's just kind of how I see WDLF trading. Until we break down from this point, I will stick with my thesis and continue to have this bullish outlook on WDLF. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the 30-minute time frame. So after a green day, we got crushed today, down 6.47%. This kind of happened right at the end of the market. We were up right before we closed, and then we just crumbled right back down. And so right now with IGEN, this is going to be a consolidation phase. This is going to be an accumulation phase. I did buy early in anticipation of a cup and handle. However, our handle did break down. I should have had a stop loss at that point. However, I did not. I was bullish on this company long term. And so overall, I will be waiting just to see if IGEN does bleed down further to load up on the cheap. But right now, I do think this is going to be a level where we trade sideways for a little bit until we actually get concrete PRs out of IGEN, because these Form 7s are not going to cut it when you only have 800, 900 people that know about the stock. We would need some PRs that we aren't getting. And so until that happens, I do expect this to kind of trade sideways and at these levels. Next stock of the day, looking at SEGI on the 30-minute time frame. So SEGI got destroyed today, down 15%. If I zoom it in right here, we got rejected by our 100-day SMA. So that was extremely bearish in the short term. And so because we got this rejection, I would not be surprised to see a back test of this 100-day SMA. That would be extreme drop, however, if we do get to these points. And remember, people are buying this at 12, 13 cents. And so if you can get this at these prices, you are getting an absolute steal here on SEGI. So if we can even somehow get to this 200-day SMA, this would be a nice spot to be getting in. However, I still do believe in the long-term outlook of this company. OTC market is down, and it is getting impacted by macroeconomic issues. Overall, in the long term, if you hold this stock, you will make money at these levels. Next stock of the day, looking at MJNA. So MJNA was down down 2.44%, but we held this level of support. And so again, I'm going to continue to say this, MJNA is a strong buy right now. At these levels, you cannot go wrong with buying the stock. You will make some money. It is at a very cheap price. It is sitting on a level of support that coincided to a multi-year line of resistance. And so if we start to get some volume in this one, this thing is going to run a lot faster than people think. Just look how fast we got from the 6 cents point to this 22 cents point, and that was not a fluke. That will happen again, but we will get past these highs of 22 cents. And so it is just a matter of time right now with MJNA. Hold this stock long and you will not regret it. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI on the 30-minute time frame. So down about 2%, and we did close below our 50 SMA. And so we are just kind of wrestling here with our 50 SMA. However, since we are above this major line of support, we are still extremely bullish here on ALYI, and we may coil up along this 50 SMA until we get PR and higher volume to shoot this thing up. So right now we are just kind of waiting and watching to see how ALYI continues to trade. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the 30-minute time frame. So Sun Hydrogen was up about 4%, but again, still in no man's land below our 100-day SMA. And so at this point, we might find some nice support here at this 7 to 8 cents level, which coincides with a major level of support and also our 200-day SMA. And so with HYSR, this is kind of on the lower end of stocks that I would want to buy. One, because there's no real revenue in this stock. There is no real product just yet. And so we were trading this early on based off solely the hype of this industry in the green energy space. And now that that bubble is kind of starting to pop, there is no reason to be hopping into HYSR. And so with that, we could find a nice entry level here at 8 cents and then continue to buy down if we go lower. But as of right now, this is not a play that I personally would want to be in. Next stock of the day, looking at ACDC on the 30-minute time frame, and another day where we are just kind of wrestling here with our 50 SMA. We did close below, and so you guys already know there is a huge gap that needs to be filled here on ACDC, and so I can't get in until that does. And so overall, I still think we're going to see a lot more downside, and I think we will find a bottom here on our 100-day SMA, and then at that level, I do think this would be a very nice entry level position in ACDC. Next stock of the day, we're looking at High Tide on the daily time frame, and so we were down 3.75% on High Tide, but that was exactly what we wanted. We got our back test of our 50 SMA, and so at these levels, I did add more to my position on High Tide. And so if we kind of just look at this, even zoomed in a little bit more, we are just hovering right above our 50 SMA. We got our back test right here, and then from that point we kind of just stayed steadily above. And so at this trajectory, this 50 SMA should continue to go up and out of this channel, and with all the bullish fundamental news that has been coming out of High Tide, this should continue to rise. And so this was exactly what we were waiting for. And so if we can kind of just bundle up and coil along this 50 SMA, that would create a nice launch pad for our run up. And so overall, High Tide was down, very nice price action. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL on the 30-minute time frame. And so again, we were down almost 5%. The stock just continues to slowly bleed down. We had an ER come out, and so there shouldn't really be any news that is company specific here that should bring SNDL up. The only macroeconomic news that I can think of is anything related to federal legalization or state legalization should help SNDL. However, because we are not getting any other news coming out, there shouldn't really be any spikes of volume. And so when a stock is this volatile and it doesn't have any volume, it will just continue to slowly bleed down. And so on the daily time frame, if I just kind of look at our MACD is negative, and again, we got rejected by our signal line. So right now is not a time to be getting into SNDL. Volume is still extremely low, and so until we see a pickup in volume, this is not a stock that I would want to be in either. There you guys have it. That was our quick little update on our explosive penny stock watch list. Today was a tough day in the OTC markets, but sometimes these red days are very crucial. And so on a tactical basis, we have some very intriguing options here, and I can't wait to see how these play out. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.